All right. Today we're going to continue the. Today's not a halacha really. I'm going to say a story about Krishma Shalamita, how important it is. You know, in Gemara also you have a lot of time we're dealing with major halachas. Then come Agadata. So we learn a little bit of halachas. Now we have a Agadata, a story of Krishma Shalamita. So this story is a very reliable story. It was said by the Rebbe Rashab himself, and he said the story that happened with his father. So he says by the time of his father, the Rebbe Maharash, the Chassid came to the Rebbe Maharash. And he told him he needs the help of the Rebbe. He says, what kind of help he needs? He says, he is a very, very conflicted person. He has trouble, whatever he does, whoever he deals with, he feels he has major problems. He is very, very not calm, peaceful person, and he has conflict all over, and he realizes he has a problem that he needs majorly to change himself, and he doesn't know how. He coming to the Rebbe, maybe a Rebbe could help him help. The Rebbe says, yes, I have a tikkun for you. The Rebbe told him, the Rebbe Maharash, you need to fast 600 taniyas, and then you will correct yourself. The Chassid answered to the Rebbe, said, Rebbe, you're going to kill me. How could I do 600 taniyas? You're going to kill me. The Rebbe Maharash told him, you misunderstood me. You didn't understand me. I didn't mean fasting 600 taniyas, that you should fast from the morning till the night. That's not called fast, that's called a hunger. But I meant you should fast, that every night, he says, before you go to sleep, before he said Krishma Shalamito, or during Krishma Shalamito, you should spend a few minutes every night to think how the day went, to analyze the day, to make cheshbon nefesh of the day, see what could be corrected, what can I do tomorrow better than today. You have to do this, it says, for 600 days, for 600 nights, and every day you do that, it's considered to you like a fast day. Spend 10-15 minutes thinking of yourself, how the day went by, what can I do better tomorrow, what can I improve, what did I did wrong. That's the Chassid come down. That's that he think he could handle such a thing. Every day spend some time for himself to think how did they went by. And he says he went home and he came back 2 years later to the Rebbe. The Rebbe Rashab said, when I saw this Chassid 2 years later, I couldn't recognize him. He said I could not. It was a different person. He says that's the whole story. They're teaching us that Krishma Shalamita at the end of the day we're tired. We sometimes just want to crawl to the bed and fall asleep. Sometimes we hardly could make it to the bed. So no, that time have to be, it's an important time, very auspicious time to do cheshbon nefesh of the day. The Zohar HaKadosh also says, Zakoya, that big tzaddikim, the Zakoya they do, before they go to sleep, they do tshuva. That's time of doing tshuva, and that could change a lot by the person. If a person spends Krishma Shalamita the right way, spends some time for it, take it seriously, it could really do a big change in his life. They say from the Sfas Emes, we're saying, every day there's a Braisa, after Birkas HaShachar, we're saying, among the things it says over there, if you do Ashkomas and Shachris, you benefit in this world and the other world. So you ask a question, grammatically over here, it's not correct. Shachris, I understand Hashkoma, you come early. What's Shayach Hashkomas Besamedrash by Arvis? It's not Hashkoma. It's not Hashkoma, it's in the morning. So he says, the Ashkama of the Beis HaMedrash in the morning, it's totally how you go to sleep at night. If you go the right way to sleep at night, then Mamela, you're preparing. So the night is really a foundation of the next day. What's going to be the next day depends how was the last night. So we really pay attention to the night, spend a little bit more time to see that to do the proper Avodas Krishma Shalamita, to do proper tshuva, then the next day is completely a different day, it's a better day. They say it was a Maaseh that Rabbi Itzhak Masmid, Rabbi Itzhak Gurevich, when he was traveling, one time he went to the house of Rav Dessler, and he was friendly with him. And when he came over there, it was already late, and they knew he was hungry. They prepared to them, they offered him a good supper, and he told them, "Please forgive me." He says, "I apologize." He says, "I cannot eat. What's wrong?" Because he says, "I'm so exhausted." He says, "I need to go to sleep. I mamash have no koyach even to sit to eat. I need to go to sleep." All right, they respected it. The person mamash so exhausted, they give him the room. Here's your room, and they gave him a place to sleep. The Rebbetzin of Rav Dessler says the next morning when she came, she says nothing was moved from the bed. He didn't even touch the bed, and he was still praying something. She told him, "I thought you were exhausted. You didn't even eat supper." He said, "You're right, I was exhausted." He says, "But before I go to sleep, I have to say Krishma Shalamita." It took him hours to say Krishma Shalamita, so he didn't go to sleep yet when she woke up already. So we see. I'm not saying we should say Krishma Shalamita for a few hours, but if we spend a few minutes, a little bit paying attention how the day went, it makes a whole huge difference for the next. So it's, again, there's a Krishna where we spoke about if it's psukim l'shmira, psukim to sleep b'toch divrei Torah. However you say psukim to be protected from the mazikin, but there is also a personal benefit for us if we go to sleep with the cheshbon nefesh. So the next day going to be a lot better day.